Hello everybody, welcome to a video. My name is Sam and welcome to back to Minecraft. If I can speak properly, then that might be helpful. Let's try that again. Hello everybody, welcome to a video. My name is Sam and welcome back to Break Free Gaming, where we get to be able to talk and play Minecraft Evolution, what is my little series where I go from earlier versions of Minecraft to modern versions of Minecraft. And it's going to be very slow, very tedious in certain areas, as well as we get to be able to have the quality of life features slowly dabble into us, and that's really helpful. So last episode we started our world, and you can see that we got 4.7 megabytes in the world. Was actually not too bad even for a modern version of Minecraft, but then again, storage was a little bit more tight back then. So we're literally where we left off yesterday, or last time we worked on an episode. And yeah, we can sort of get some more pork and do all the things that we need to do. So what is my actual goals for this version of Minecraft specifically? Because I said that there's one thing that's in this version compared to the other version in the previous episode. So wool armor is definitely something that we're going to get. I know it just turns into leather armor later down the line, or most likely it turns into leather armor down the line. So it is something that I'm happy for that to happen. It's just we'll make a small little base somewhere. We'll find a little hole or hut or whatever you want to do. We'll then create a sign on the outside of the chest and just make some wool armor that will just be like, hey, look, we made wool armor. There is other things that I will do throughout the series that I'm already planning out. I've basically planned all the way up to 1.0. It's going to take us a little bit to do because alpha versions to beta versions to then finally full release. It's something that will take some time, and that's fine. It's not something that is needing to be rushed. The only reason that I'll be slightly rushing it in some form of way is I want to make sure that I have a stronghold at some point, because if we carry on exploring like we currently are, we can get to the stage that the stronghold can be sort of overridden, and I'd rather not that. I'd rather a version of Minecraft that we can actually have a stronghold. Well, there's a big drop there. I would rather have strongholds than override all three of our strongholds that we'll be able to have all the way up till 1.9, where the first Nether update happens. I'm hoping there'll be a second one at some point, because there's not currently a second one. But yeah, we'll definitely work on that over time. I think we have enough wool now for armor, actually. So let's go find a decent spot and we'll go from there. I'm going to have to quickly restart my game because it's currently having some stutter issues, but I will be right back. Okay, so we're back into the world. It should be all good now, hopefully. This version of Minecraft is going to have bugs, is going to have issues, probably stutter issues is going to be one of the main problems, but we should pretty much go through the things that we're going to be trying to do before we get to the stage of this version that is going to be very buggy and issues and all that sort of occurs. So what are my goals for this part of the series, the alpha version 1.0.5_1? It is the case of I am going to try and establish ourselves. That is the main thing that we're trying to do. We're going to try and get ourselves some basic iron armor, basic tools, as well as we will try and get our first diamonds, because this version of Minecraft, diamonds are a little bit rare, what means that we're not going to turn around and have a full double chest worth of diamonds in one go. And later down the line, I do want to be able to collect a lot of resources as time goes on, and especially before we get to the point that we might need a really good iron farm or anything like that before 1.17, what will be the Caves and Cliffs, part 1 or part 2, I don't know. Whichever one brings in the raw iron and all that, we'll collect a ton of iron ore more than anything, and then that means that we can sort of fortune it, do all of that, and that's great. But for the time being, we're of course stuck on these earlier versions and we can't sort of hold off on iron, hold off on all these other stuff. We're going to have to use resources with the knowledge that, yes, we are technically wasting them in modern Minecraft standards, but it's just how Minecraft used to be. And we also need to get wood and stuff as well, so that's helpful. I really am confused where I am at this point. I think I have slowly been doing a big circle, what is helpful, as well as confusing at the same time. The problem is, No. Is this the beach that we started off on, or is this another beach? I don't know. I think it's probably going to be another beach. Statistically, it will be another beach just with similar terrain, because this is how like old Minecraft works. And last episode, I believe I said about how there's only like two biomes. What is basically the main area and this. Technically, there's like 3 or 4, I believe, where we do have more of like a plains-like area where there's no trees. We've got the actual like ocean area, so I don't think we have a boat on this version. I could check. We might not actually have boats in this version of Minecraft, so we won't be able to actually sail the 7 seas with a nice boat. Yeah, we don't have a boat in this version, so we won't be able to go sail off into this distance to that island or that bit of the island or that bit of the island, but we can walk around it, so let's just do that for the moment, and we'll just try and find a little nice place that we can start a nice little base. I'm not sure if we're going to do a base overground or underground at the current moment. That's one thing that I do need to work out. Let's just check in here. What's in here? Because caves and stuff there's iron. That's what we needed. Yeah. There's not much when it comes to this version of the game when it comes to like what resources we need or anything like that. Like, I don't think there is actually lapis in this version, so we're gonna have to go further out when lapis comes about. And on top of that, like we've now just got iron. What's great, it's amazing that we got iron. We can of course start working on a iron pickaxe to be able to help us with the diamonds, as well as the durability on this version specifically is a little bit more upped. It was originally like 512, I believe, and now it's 1024. What means it's really helpful for us. I don't want to use a sword on you. I just want to hit you, and I will then have everything. Oh, this island is sort of slightly calling me, but also this cave. This cave is definitely calling for me to explore it a little bit, collect the resources, and leave as soon as I can so that I can actually work on all of this. I moved too quickly from that, thank you. But yeah, I wonder what your experience as watchers are. Have you ever played Minecraft? Have you played earlier versions of Minecraft like this? Maybe you're coming to my videos to sort of get the nostalgia as well and experience how a modern player might sort of play these older versions of the game. Like, I can't really get into battles or anything because I can't really deal with the combat at this point. Like, do we have the full, like, you just rapidly press and it still hits the like character or the NPCs, the fucking mobs. There you go. Does it still hit like the mobs if I rapidly press, or is it the case of like that's something later before 1.9 and the changes because of the combat update, or like how does like this version of the game work? Because like even though it's something that I have played in the past and I do come back to occasionally, I generally don't know these versions of the game that well to the stage that I know exactly what each thing does or anything. And maybe you play these versions of the game. Maybe you like really love seeing these versions of the game and you'll stop watching when I get to 1.0 or further. And that's fine if you do that. Thank you for coming along with the journey and enjoying it. You can always pop back in later and just sort of experience later versions of the game. And I hope that I do carry on this series to the stage that I've got later versions of the game. That's the point of this series in the first place. It's Minecraft Evolution, but at the same time, well, I don't know what I'm actually going to call the world, or the like series properly. At the current moment, working title Minecraft Evolution, and yeah, it's the case of like maybe we'll go more towards a Forever World sort of feel at some stage, because that's sort of one, popular at the current moment, and two, it's something that I do want to sort of take into consideration. And I do need to also question if I'm going to go on certain versions of snapshots and stuff. I probably will avoid them on the pure basis that they don't really work the way that they should, or hello pigs. They don't really like. Oh, I have too much pork in my inventory now, and it's getting nighttime. Okay, I'll eat one, and I will mine up this iron, and then we'll make a furnace. And hopefully I can smelt up some decent ore. Let's find a nice little space right here. I can drop stuff, but I can't drop a whole stack in one go. That's good to know. We'll just chuck that there, and we will make a furnace. What I did before and then didn't use. I think I was just trying to make a point previously. Okay. One. Okay, there's 8 there, and then I'll need another 8 there, and we'll just put another coal in. There you go. We're not too far from the furnace. I can explore it down here. There's nothing down there. We'll explore down here if we wish to, but I might need to make a chest to be able to do that. Let's just make a chest real quick, and we will then go from here. I can leave some stuff in the chest, like the string and stuff like that, because I don't particularly need it at the current moment. There's like that and the saplings. I'm going to get more saplings. I'm going to get more stuff. I don't need arrows. I don't need that. I don't need that. The bread can stay in there because I've got other food. I need the wood. Let's sort out our inventory and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have now got enough iron in my inventory anyway to be able to make a iron pickaxe. I will put my pickaxe there, and I've got some more iron that I'll bring along with me as well as that. I don't know what this series will bring in the future. We might end up defeating the Warden or doing this really awesome thing with whatever version of Minecraft. Like, the helpful thing about this series is I don't need to update immediately. If anything, that was a drop that there's a couple of zombies there. Yeah, maybe not that way. Like I don't need to immediately upgrade, and it's something that I need to probably work out when it comes to naming this series, for the longevity of it. When it comes to things, I can't get up there, so I need to go up here and then do that. Okay. When it comes to the longevity of this series, is my naming of like Minecraft Evolution as the current working title, is that going to make people understand that like not only am I in earlier versions of Minecraft a lot of the time till I get to later episodes, but also it's the case of like when it gets to modern versions of Minecraft, when I catch up as such, because even though that the game drops are coming out this year, some of the game drops are sort of one update, to be honest. It's a lot of it is like I'll probably just skip a couple of versions and be like, okay, we've got this to do, this to do, this to do. Like trial chambers, copper golems. To be honest, like the copper golems, I'll probably just make a couple to try and get like statues of them, and then I would maybe mess around with like the trial chambers. And it's like, well, you got the happy gas stuff and all this other stuff. Like there's multiple versions that maybe there's not so many things that I would not. There will be some things in those versions that I maybe don't care about as much, or maybe it's something that I'll care about in the sense of I will do it, collect it, sort of defeat it, and move on. And as time goes on, it would also become easier to be able to do these things. And that's one of the big things about earlier versions of Minecraft is like, yeah, I'm currently in a version of Minecraft that is hell to be able to survive. But over time, as I collect my resources, as I get my gunpowder and zombies and all the things that I'll need for later down the line, because I can prep for things. Oh, skeleton. This is not good. This is not good. Skeleton, die. Oh, that's not good. I can prep for these versions of Minecraft where yeah, I'm gonna go up because I'm not dealing with down here. There's so many mobs down there. There's another zombie here. Okay, that's not good. And I broke my sword. I'm gonna need some more swords, so let's make one here and we'll just have another one in our inventory. There's a pig there. Okay, I need you for the meat. Newer versions of Minecraft, especially once we get to like 1.0 upwards, like, yeah, it might like have only certain things in the version. And because we've established ourselves in previous versions, the more up-to-date versions will change how we play. Like, we can get netherite tools and stuff in a certain version before the netherite, upgrades will be available. And that means that we'll have, say, full Netherite gear probably by the time we get the Netherite upgrades. What doesn't mean that it's bad for us to do. It doesn't mean that it's bad game design. Maybe it's something that I'll talk about and even possibly consider not doing for the time being. I'm just watching out because I don't want to die from something dropping on me. I don't want to start on like a version. Oh, there's a zombie right there. I don't want to go to a version of Minecraft that like maybe, oh, there's something that I know is going to become harder later, and you know what, I can get it really easily right now, but I don't particularly need it. Maybe I don't want Netherite tools on the pure basis. Hey, I've got plenty of diamond tools. I've got plenty of things that I can do. I've got a villager trading hall ready, and this, that, and the other. It means that I will want to maybe explore or do something, and maybe that changes over time. Maybe this like sort of goes out to here. This is strange, but maybe I can work with this. Maybe I'll do something with this. I'm not sure. I'm just lighting up the place at the current moment to make it easier for me to deal with everything. There's a little cave here as well. And this is not even that big of a cave. It's just a sort of down area. Okay, that's cool. But like it's also, I gotta take into consideration like, hey, where do I set up my base at the current moment? Am I going to be more of a wanderer in my own world? Do I have multiple bases? Do I have one set base, but in like the alpha terrain or the beta terrain, or I don't know if there is much of like a beta terrain as such. Or do I more go out of my way and wait for modern versions of Minecraft and just have like a beta house and an alpha house and a full release house, and then when it gets to like more modern versions of Minecraft, I change about. I don't know, and that's the joy of this as well, is I get to experience versions of the game that I maybe know a little bit about and know enough about that I can play and enjoy myself. But at the same time, there's plenty of information even from myself, that will change how this series will play. And you're welcome to comment things, you're welcome to suggest things, suggest that I stop on certain versions and where. And it's like I do need to do more mining to be able to, say, go up a version in this. Like I could be down in the mines right now, I could be just mining and collecting as much resources as I feel like I need to make this version sort of go away and the next version start. But I don't want to rush when it comes to these things. I don't want to make it just like straight away go to the next version. And I've got some torches there and everything. I can always come back to there. I just want to sort of explore this way. I know I've got stuff in a chest, but it's what it is. I can't do anything about it. Is this a beach? This is a little beach. So this is one of the little biome-like things that they've got. So ocean. You've got the main terrain with like the trees and all that. Then you've got like a little beach. What's here? Then you've got a pig that's coming onto the beach. And then you've got like little ocean things that are more like ponds or rivers and things like that. But it's fine. We can deal with that. And I still haven't made armor. So this is what we want to do. Let's establish basic armor. At the current moment, it doesn't have to be amazing armor, it doesn't have to be anything great. I know I've made multiple crafting tables into this world already, but that's fine. We can make basic armor. So what we'll do is a helmet, a tunic or a chest plate, some leggings, and finally some boots. So that is everything, and we can't do that, we can't shift click, we just have to manually put it onto us. And that is wool armor. So we've now got some wool armor, and as you can see in the bottom right corner, where the armor pieces are, it's put up. There's no difference between armor when it comes to the actual safety that it has. The armor actually has the same safety in these versions as, say, diamond armor or iron armor. The only difference is durability, and this here is a durability bar for it. What is extremely strange, and I don't know why they done that in this version, and it's not something that I can really do anything about, but it's cool. It's cool to be able to see that. And I'm glad it's about. But yeah, I need more trees. That's what I need. I need more wood. I need to find a place to be able to actually do all of that. And I think I'm gonna do that in the next episode. I'm glad that you lot are listening to me and everything. If you don't like this, hopefully there's more versions and more videos that I have. So if you don't like this sort of more slower stuff that I'm just talking to the camera while it's playing, then yeah, feel free to skip ahead in the series if it's available, as well as if not, just comment down below just what you actually want to see, because I'd rather not just make like a massive build in and all that and be like, yeah, I've spent like 16 days on this in real life and this is what I've done. You've seen it in 2 seconds, and now I'm working on the next project and it takes me 3 months to do. I'd much rather this more slow pace thing that we get to talk about things and how I want this series to go at the current moment, and we'll then eventually just talk about what we're currently working on, and hopefully it goes all right. But yeah, I've been Sam. This has been Break Free Gaming. This has been Minecraft Evolution, or whatever it's actually called in the modern day. And yeah, we've got armor now. And thank you very much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.